without seeing the abundance and and the masculine power. So that was today. My word was power, and just allow that, and as I just allow that to ring, that this frequencies to ring and scramble because it brings so much different meanings. That word has energies, and they're necessarily not the most powerful ones for me because it's oriented around masculine, around control, around force. That's how I've oriented to that word majority of my life, and how I'm working today, this morning, with it is the power to choose. So the power of choice, the power of choosing a choice. It's like, hey, power. So I believe that is more in the feminine side, or that's how I'm choosing to orient with it, which is peaceful power. It's powerful power. It's a whole another way. And I think majority, like, gee, thank you. The wars, through history have been more um, of the controlling power.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just looking at the opposites of the energies, the feminine and the masculine of our definitions, and how that's carried in our words.
Yeah.
And carried through our history.
So why do we tend to give up on things when we think made sense of?
I'm sorry, Craig, I couldn't make out that last part.
Yeah, why do we tend to give up on things when we think we've made sense of them?
Mm,
Like an idea or a concept kind of gets parked once we've made sense of
mm,
it. Sorry, I got some background noise here.
yeah, thank you. So why do we stop being curious and exploring something when we land on something that makes sense? Like, there it is. That's the answer. That one's right. We land on it and we go with it. When something makes sense, we pick that one up and we go with it. It's a great awareness.
It's like stopping a flower in mid bloom. Not allowing it to complete.
or to bloom again.
Yeah.
What came up for me, Jesse, was also with your words around masculine and feminine power was feminine power for me. There's more alignment.
Mm.
And the masculine is the force, which isn't really power.
Mhm.
Although I'll just share this funny thing. So my daughter Candace, she's very strong, and she was working for a restaging company. And one day she took her boyfriend along. He was visiting and they needed an extra pair of hands. She came home that day. I said to her, well, how did it go? Did you guys have fun? She looked at me and she said, damn, man, it's not fair, you know. I said, what's not fair? She said, Austin just picks things up, no problem at all. So I looked at her and I said to her, oh, so you're beginning to appreciate masculine power. And she laughed. She said, oh, yes, for sure.
Mhm.
So there are times where that testosterone is extremely helpful and and important. But in terms of talking about social structures and wars, for sure, it's not. It's so destructive.
Mhm. I think that's the other side of it, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be power, but we can pull it in there as destructive and building,
Mm,
constructing and destructing. Okay, that's in a relationship. Yeah, that can be there.
mm,
As a
mm,
flower, a delicate flower is like for our relationships.
mm.
I think, and what the point is to be aware and just not to grab on to the one,
Mm,
but to allow the space, which is, of course, the choice.
mm,
The power is in the space.
mm,
Yeah, we've been trained to think that power is a conclusion.
You know, with many layers, you know, I think of the power in the inclusion, right? That was the word, Craig. You know, America, right? Based on the John Wayne, right? The single cowboy that conquered the West mentality.
Mm.
Alone, go at it alone, right? That's
Mhm.
it is a way. And then that we just grab on to the way and play it out, not giving another thought that there's other ways.
Based on the doctrine.
Sorry, Craig, can't really. You're staticky and
That's
can't
all
make.
based on the doctrine of separation.
Thank you. I heard that. Yes, for sure. Which is just one side of something else.
It's a premise that colors all of your thinking.
I love it. The metaphor I love for that is there's two young fish swimming, right? And they swim
Mm.
by an old wise fish. As the old wise fish goes by, he says, "Boys, how's the water?" The young fish look at each other and go, "What's water?"
Mm.
And I just love that.
There's so much beauty in awareness.
Mm.
Not only, of course, but
When you're aware of it, which is the irony of it.
mm-hmm.
What other words or phrases do you have today?
No, I was just thinking about Craig's observation on separation and the conclusion, and it just came up for me again about how everything has value. It's way more about how we use it. It's in the using of it. I mean, if we did not have separation, I'm not sure that we would exist as humans. And gravity came up for me with that, the force of gravity. It makes form possible, and form is possible because of separation. But when we, like he was saying, when we stop being curious about the form, he was talking about the not allowing the flower to go to full bloom. So again, it's about the importance of the importance of continually going between form and space. Non-form. How do you say non-form? What words? Anybody got any ideas? Maybe we wouldn't have connection if we didn't have separation. Between ourselves and everything else that there is on this unbelievably incredible planet that we live on. Our connection to other realms is different and very important.
Know where I read this or heard it, but it was quite recent, in the last couple of weeks. That the whole point of individuation, or being in an environment where you're temporarily separated from each other, was to explore relationships.
I would agree.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Carl Jung or where that came from. That seems to ring a bell, but you couldn't explore any kind of relating.
And there's also for me too, traditionally speaking, separation brings a lot, well, often brings a sense of loss and grief. And we know, yeah, we often talk about the value of the negative or the resistance in becoming it a stepping stone. It's something that facilitates, that's got the potential to facilitate more. If you use it as a stepping stone, you can look over the wall that you might not have been able to see before. And you can see what's on the other side of your resistance or your, as they used to say in Magmind, your land of plenty. But there's a certain level of resistance which I see as counterintuitive or countering to human potential and growth, and that's when that's in situations of war. And even then, I guess the task or the dare I say growth, because it seems so impossible, certainly to my heart. But even war is or can become a stepping stone. It's just that it is so it's such a diminished form. That kind of destruction is so counterintuitive to life. And yeah, I'm still thinking about Chi's question. I don't have the answers.
My question?
Yeah.
I think, growing up as an orphan,
Mm-hmm.
I can see that we've been dumbed down, mass. There's been a war going on, war on our conscious.
Mm.
And like all war are based on lies,
Yes.
The first victim in all wars are the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been dumbed down for generations, separations and whatnot.
Mm. And scarcity, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the big one.
I think even before that comes the sense of disconnection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which would be another word for shame.
Did you say disconnection would be another word for shame, Craig?
Yes.
Okay.
Out of relationship.
Mm.
Or as Genesis puts it, realizing you are naked.
There can be freedom in that, though.
And if you follow through on that story, it only took one generation to create.
I think for today, I'm going to choose beauty of awareness. It's going to be my phrase for today.
It's a really good one. Thank you for sharing it with us and discovering it. Yeah. Mm.
Sindrell always says, it's the space that brings the stuff to her. So thank you to everybody for the space. The openness, the patience, the respect, the curiosity. And the presence. People that are here and people that listen in. And people that have been before. And then the one word that I've missed out on comes to me, intention. Such a powerful word. I have to go again. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.
Have a pleasant day, Alison. Have a great day, Alison. Thank you.
Bye, bye, Allison. intention is a choice. How often do we pause and say, oh, here's my intention. Here's my choice. Or what are my choices? What are my intentions? What could they be? So there's identifying and making space. Why does that go against my past learning? Because I've been taught that efficiencies matter, that moving matter, that quickly, efficiently, without reflection, without looking back, just going, pushing, moving. And that is a sense of the force, the power, the moving. Don't question. So the beauty and the awareness and the space and the intention. It's kind of the recap that I pull out of today. Will take with me. Well, may we pursue our intentions with aligned choices today.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Thanks, Chi. Thanks, Craig. Thanks, Kyle. Thank you, Heinz.
Thanks, folks. An expansive morning.
Thank you all.
Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day.
Y'all too.
Love and light.
Thanks. Bye all.
Bye bye.